G'day guys, I thought I'd give you a quick update on what's happening with the poor man's adventure bike. I've been tirelessly working all through this bloody heat wave that we've had here in Australia over the last week. Stripping it all down, ripping out all the wiring system, cleaning up all the parts. I'm actually hoping that I know how to put it all back together. It might end up looking like a chair or a table or something, who knows. One good thing though, I've got two other Postie bikes to be able to look at and figure out where things go, so that's not too bad. The other bike that I'm doing with Matt, which we're going to do a custom job on, that's still sitting there. We're waiting on, we've actually got that part. I have to go and get another globe before we can test it. So that'll be coming in the next video hopefully. But I've been going hammer and tongs on getting this thing going. So basically it's now all pulled apart as much as I need it to be pulled apart. It's got the primer coat on it, and I'm now ready to put the finishing colour on, which I won't tell you what colour it is. That'll be a surprise, although most of you will most probably know what colour I'm going to pick anyway. Here's a little pro tip, something that I didn't know. When spray painting, you have to paint between 15 degrees and 30 degrees, so that made it really hard trying to paint here when we had the heat wave. I couldn't, as soon as it went over 30 degrees, that was it. And I didn't realise this straight away until I read the can. But if it's outside of if it's too cold or too hot, the paint splatters. It was really peeing me off that I'm spraying this stuff on and then it started splattering all these dry paint on there, but eventually worked out what the problem was. And with the primer, it's a lot worse than normal paint. So if I was to do this again, I was actually just I bought cheap paint just from the local bunting store. It's just that, and they're $3.95. I actually have some Jewel Lux that I was using, that I was going to use for my trailer, and it's, I don't know, $10 or something like that. It's a lot more expensive. What I noticed the difference with the primer, that is, obviously the primer is a lot thicker, so for the primer next time I would buy the dearer stuff because it doesn't do that splatter as much. You know, when you're doing angles and stuff like that, it works a hell of a lot better than the cheap stuff. But the normal paint, your top coat, it's obviously thinner, so you don't have a problem. So it's quite fine to use the cheap stuff, and I like that. Alright guys, that's it. I've got to get started on painting the rest of this bike. I'm pretty excited to get it done and all put together. I've already bought what I'm going to use for the saddlebags. I've worked out how I'm going to do a little system for the bag supports, also for the front. So I'm pretty excited to get it painted and done, and then I can start working on that bit, setting it up for the adventure part, and get out there and doing an adventure. It'll most probably be, it will be out in the outback. Lots of different ideas, it's just which one I pick. Alright guys, keep on riding. Oh, actually, before you leave, I bought a bloody brilliant little thing to put the motorbikes in. Because we've obviously had my bike and Nay's bike, but now we've got these three Postie bikes and I'm filling up that area working on the bike. We've had nowhere to park the bikes. And they've just been sitting in the backyard, and with all this sun and birds and plums and bloody whatever, I thought, yeah, I'm going to end up wrecking the bike. So I went and bought this gazebo. Have a look at it. Check that out. Look at that, beautiful. Bikes are all happy little chappies in the little gazebo. Anyway, there you go. Keep on riding.